Hey friends, it's a very beautiful day here at the farm, and as we know, we are still brooding our 3,000 birds, and today is our day 7. The birds are now 1 week old, and when it reaches day 7, we normally vaccinate. We give them their second vaccine because the first vaccine they got it from the hatchery. So here we are going to give our first vaccine at the farm. And for me, on day 7, that is when I change their feeds. As we know, they've been feeding on pellets, so it is today that we are going to start mixing their feeds. So please make sure that you watch this video up to the end so that you can see how I mix my feeds for these birds. If you're new on this channel, my name is Lillian and I'm so passionate about poultry farming. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel if you're interested in poultry farming. Here we talk about everything about poultry farming: broilers, layers, everything. And please don't forget to like the video and share it to family and friends. Today we are giving them their first vaccine. So as you can see, they are really doing well. So we are giving them their vaccine and we are going to start with Newcastle IB. So what we have done, we have removed water. Since morning at 7, these birds have not had water. As you can see, they are just eating, but they don't have any drinking water. And the reason of doing this is to make them thirsty, such that when you put the water, the medicine, they can drink as fast as possible. Right now outside they are mixing the vaccine. Let me take you and you see how they are mixing the vaccine. So this is how they are mixing, and remember, we have to use water which is chlorine free. So this water we are using is rainwater. You can either use rainwater or you can use water from the well or water from the dam. So we are feeding all these drinkers that you're seeing here. We are going to fill them with water. The water, you put little water, as you can see here. Yeah, they are all filled. And when you're putting this, we just enter at once. So when you're going to vaccinate through water, you need manpower. Yes, so we shall just enter at once and then give these birds at once. So now we bring the medicine. They are now bringing in the drinker. They are now bringing in the drinkers. As you can see, we've started bringing in the vaccine, and we bring in very fast. So they are now bringing in the vaccine, as you can see, and you have to be quick when you're doing this because they have to drink for only 30 minutes and then you take the vaccine outside. So the goal is to make sure that each and every bird gets to drink on water. As you can see, they are very thirsty. Yes, they are very thirsty. And whichever bird that gets to drink, that is what we want. So I think let me first also help on these people to bring in water, then we shall see. So as you can see, the chicks are drinking, and the goal is to make sure that every chick gets a drop, even if it puts the head. So you can see, even if it just puts the head, that is what we want. To see that each and every chick gets to get a drop of this vaccine. So you can see they've been so thirsty. So you can see they are all drinking. Others, because they were so thirsty, others they got dipped into water, like that one. Remember the rules of vaccination. You don't vaccinate birds which are sick. If you vaccinate birds which are sick, they will get worse. They will get so sick and they will become worse. So you don't vaccinate birds which are sick. And then another rule, don't use chlorine water. As long as 75% of your birds get to drink on the vaccine, we call it an effective vaccination. Yes, so we can see most of the birds, because they were so thirsty, you see it's like as if they've been swimming. Take a look at that one. So at least now I'm sure that most of the birds have got to get a drop, have got to drink on this vaccine. So I call it an effective vaccination day. So it's now 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes you have to remove these drinkers, and then we put the water. So if you leave it for more than 30 minutes, it will turn into poison and it can end up killing these birds. We believe that by now most of the birds have got on the vaccine. So we are now going to remove all these drinkers, and then we put plain water.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
Today is our day 7 here at the farm, and remember, our chicks have been taking the pellets. They feed on pellets for 7 days. When we reach 7 days, we start mixing our feeds, and then at this point, we are going to mix broiler feeds. We are going to give them broiler feeds up to when these birds are 8 weeks. So we are mixing broiler feeds for 7 weeks. And at this point, I want to tell you that this is where I introduce charcoal from. Many people have been telling me that when do you introduce charcoal to your chicks? It is at this point when I start mixing the feeds for the birds, for the chicks. That is when I introduce the charcoal. And I have been passing through. I have already seen that the chicks are having worms. And remember the benefits of this charcoal. It helps to remove the worms. So if you don't give charcoal at this point, remember deworming comes later. We deworm these birds at around 12 weeks, 10 weeks. So if you don't give charcoal, just know these chicks are not going to grow up well. And then one of the other benefits, it stops coccidiosis. Remember, these birds, they were on cardboards. So meaning that they were feeding on their droppings. And that one results into coccidiosis. And even if you don't give charcoal at around 5 weeks or 4 weeks, you start seeing the yellow dropping. That is coccidiosis developing. So if we give charcoal at this point, it helps us to stop all those things, the worms, the coccidiosis, and many more. So let's go inside and we'll mix and we see what we are going to mix. So we start, this is brand. This is brand, and brand, at this point we mix 113 kilograms of brand. And then we put the broken, and when it comes to broken, remember these chicks are very small, and broken is in 3 stages. We have the starter stage, the medium stage, and the larger stage. The birds, before we offlaid, we were giving the larger particles. So at this point, we give broken at the starter stage. As you can see, this is broken, but it is broken into very small particles. And the chick can be able to take this. So broken, we are putting 212 kilograms. The broiler feeds, the broken is more than the brand, and this is going to help these birds to grow up very fast, to put on weight very fast. We are going to be seeing in our videos, we are going to see, at one point we are even going to measure, and we see if we are within the range. Yeah, so this is also broken, the starter or the smaller particles. And at this point, we are mixing only 3 ingredients. We are putting brand, broken, and the broiler concentrate. So at this point, you don't put any lime. Chicks do not take lime. We shall introduce lime later. So this is the broiler concentrate. So you can see it's the broiler concentrate. How many for first weight? Does it have, where is, what shows that it is a broiler? If you can read here, this is broiler concentrate, 30-35%. When you're buying from all companies, whichever company you choose to use, you have to read there that broiler concentrate, and that is the only difference. That is what makes it the broiler feeds. So the broiler concentrate, I'm putting in 150 kilograms. The 3 bags, because each bag is containing 50 kilograms. At this point, we are going to add in charcoal. And remember, these chicks are still small, so you make sure that you sieve the charcoal and you get the charcoal powder. That is what we are adding in here. And because we are just introducing, I'm just putting a small quantity. We are only putting 20 kilograms of charcoal powder. You put. So that is our powder. We are going to mix this, and there is always a confusion. Whenever I mix feeds, there are some people who ask me that feed is for how many birds. So I want to clarify this one. Because remember, these are small chicks, and there is a chart whereby you follow. So for the first week, we give 13 grams. So we are now going for the second week. So you read on the grams that you're supposed to give to your birds. And then you multiply. If you're giving 10 kilograms, you will come on this feed, which you have mixed, and then you pick your 10 kilograms and you give to your birds. But for me here at the farm, when my chicks are still very small, I don't measure for them. I just pick, put for them. Whenever I find any feeder which doesn't have feed, I add in the feed. So we don't measure at this point up to when the chicks start laying the eggs. And because of that, it has helped us here to always get the eggs in time. But if at all you want to measure, if you're supposed to give 10 kilograms, you come here and then you measure your 10 kilograms.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun. She puts her hand behind. We wanna chase the night.
So that's all that we have for today. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell such that you never miss on any uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Let me see you in my next video.